Hello and welcome. Today I will introduce you to problems regarding cubical resistive network. Okay, this is my cubical resistive network. That is, you can see a cube with resistance R on each side of the box or cube. Now, first we have to calculate the equivalent resistance between two vertices on the space diagonal. Next, we have to calculate the equivalent resistance between two vertices on face diagonal, and third, we have to calculate the equivalent resistance between two vertices on the edge, any of the edge of this cube. Let's begin with the first problem. That is, first what I have to calculate equivalent resistance between two vertices on the space diagonal. So first let's take two vertices on any space diagonal. If I connect these 2 points, then it will be a space diagonal. You can connect this point and this point also. Similarly, these 2 points will give you a space diagonal. So I am taking this space diagonal, and suppose I am leveling this point as A and leveling this point as B, and I have to calculate the equivalent resistance between A and B, and all the resistances are R. So you can see that it's a symmetric circuit. So if you send an amount of current I through A, then it will get divided in 3 equal parts, I by 3, I by 3 and I by 3 in each line. After that, I by 3 will again be divided in 2 parts like I by 6 and I by 6. This I by 3 will be divided in I by 6 and I by 6, and similarly for this case also I by 6 and I by 6. After that, you can see this junction, total amount of current entering is equal to I by 6 plus I by 6, that is equal to I by 3, and I by 3 will be passing this segment. Similarly, I by 3 will be passing from this segment, and I by 3 will be passing from this segment also. Now, if I look at this junction, then this junction will add up 3 I by 3's to give us I. So I send I amount of current through A, and I again get I amount of current on B. So I have divided the currents according to Kirchhoff's current law. Now, if we apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to any path which connects A and B, suppose I can apply to this path, or I can apply to this path, or you can take any other path which connects A and B. Suppose I am taking this path and naming this point as C and this point as D. Okay, so if I take for A, C, D, B path, the potential drop is equal to, suppose I want to calculate the potential drop between A and B. Now you see the first voltage will drop against this segment, and that will be equal to I by 3 multiplied by R, because we all know that voltage drop is equal to resistance multiplied by the current passing through it. So through this resistance I by 3 amount of current is passing, so I have multiplied I by 3 with R. After that, for CD segment I can write potential drop as I by 6 multiplied by R, and for DB segment I can write again I by 3 multiplied by R, which will give us 5 by 6 IR. So I get the potential drop between A and B. So this is equal to potential drop across A and B. If you take any other path, you can do it on your own, that if you take any other path, you will get the same potential difference between A and B. Now let's see the equivalent circuit for it. If instead of these all resistances I connect a single resistance, and through which if I send amount of current I, then it will drop the same amount of potential as the potential drop between A and B, then this resistance will be called effective resistance, or I can say equivalent resistance. So if this is my equivalent resistance, suppose R equivalent, this is equivalent resistance, I am considering this, and if I send I amount of current, then if it has to be an equivalent resistance, then the potential drop across this resistance, that is I into R equivalent, must also be equal to potential drop across A and B. I am naming these two as A and B. Now if you consider this as equation 2 and consider this as equation 1, then from 1 and 2 you can easily tell that what is the value of R equivalent? R equivalent is equal to 5 by 6 R. So this is one method to calculate equivalent resistance between the vertices on space diagonal. Now I can calculate it on a second method where we do not have to divide the current. First, see with respect to A which points are symmetric. You can see with respect to A, as these all three lines are symmetric, so potential drop across this resistance and this resistance must be same. So if there is a potential V to A, then after getting dropped a certain amount of potential, the potential of this point and this point must be equal. So as the potentials of these 3 points are equal, so I am naming them C, C and C. In similar way, you can say that these 3 points have the same potential. So again I am naming them. This point was labeled by D, and I am also labeling these 2 points as D and D. Okay. Now you get only 4 points in this total Q. What are they? A in one terminal, B in another terminal, and in between there is C and there is D. As the potential of these all three C's are equal, so I can short them, or I can say I can join them together. So look, from A there are 3 resistances which are ending at C. So I can write like, I can draw like this. Similarly, these 3 resistances are starting from B and ending at D. So I also can draw like, and in between C and D you can see there are 6 resistances. From this C, this is CD, this is CD, from this C 1, 2, and from this C 1, 2. So in between C and D there are 6 resistances in parallel. So I can draw like 1, and values of all these resistances are R. So if here 3 resistances are in parallel combination, then their equivalent will be equal to R by 3. For this 6, the equivalent will be equal to R by 6, and for this 3, the equivalent will become R by 3. And after that, you can just draw like this. This is my A point and this is B point. This resistance is R by 3. This is R by 6 and R by 3. Now these 3 resistances are in series. So in between A and B, I can see the total resistance R equivalent is equal to R by 3 plus R by 6 plus R by 3 is equal to 5R by 6. Okay. In this case also, I got the same equivalent resistance. So this is the second method for solving this problem. Now let's see the second type of problem. Now I have to calculate the equivalent resistance between 2 vertices on the face diagonal. So this is the face diagonal, that is you have to take any one face of the cube and then diagonally connect 2 vertices. So these 2 are vertices on the space diagonal. I can take these 2 also, I can take these 2 also. For this problem, I am taking these 2 points and labeling them as A and B. For this problem, again with respect to A and with respect to B, I have to find symmetry. You can see that these 2 lines have the same footing as these 2 lines have from B. So I can divide the current from A symmetrically in between these 2 lines, and this line will not be in symmetric combination with A. So let's divide the current like I1 through this segment, I1 through this segment, as those 2 lines are symmetric, and suppose I2 through this segment. I am sending current I, so I can tell you that I is equal to I1 plus I2, that is equal to 2I1 plus I2. Okay. Now as these 2 lines are symmetric about B, that leads you to the conclusion that this segment will draw I1 amount of current, and similarly this segment also will draw I1 amount of current. So what I can say? I can say that there is no current through this resistor, or there is no current through this resistor. Now this I2 will be symmetrically divided by I2 by 2 and I2 by 2, and this I2 by 2 will pass through this resistor because no current is passing through this resistor, so this resistor will pass I2 by 2 amount of current. Similarly, no current is passing through this segment, so I2 by 2 amount of current will be passing through this segment. So at this junction, I can see there are I2 by 2 are entering, so current through this line will be equal to I2, and you can see that it's a symmetry. I1 from this line, I1 from this line, similarly I1 from this line and I1 from this line, I2 from this line and I2 from this line. Now at B, I can see 1 I2 and 2 I1 are entering, so at B the current I is equal to, you can see, 2I1 plus I2 as we have expected from the input current. Now let's name the vertices. As this point and this point are symmetric, so I am naming it C and C. Similarly, I am naming this point as D and this point as D, because no current is passing through this resistance and this resistance also. So I am naming it D and D. And after that, I am naming this point as E and this point as F. Now let's draw the equivalent circuit for it. This is A terminal. From A terminal, you can see that there are two resistances which are ending at C. So this point is C. And from A, one resistance is ending at E. Now, from this E terminal, two resistances are going at D. So I can this point is my E and this point is my D. Okay. From C I can, from these, now you can see that from these two C I am entering at B. So I can draw it like two resistances are starting from C and they are ending at B. Okay. And from these to D, I can say that two resistances are starting from D and they are ending at F. They are ending at F. So this terminal is F. And you can see that between F and B there is another resistance. So between F and B there is another resistance. The values of all these resistances are, so I have drawn 10 resistances till now. Now you can see there are two resistances between C and D. So I can draw like so this is my circuit. Now look at one thing, that if I take equivalent of this portion and this portion, and after that equivalent of this and this portion, then this resistance by this resistance will be equal to that resistance by that resistance. So it will act like a balanced Wheatstone bridge. So no current will be passing through C and D, which I also got when I was calculating the current through these segments. So you can put these two resistances on the circuit, or you may not put it on the circuit, you will get the same result. So these two resistors are actually false resistors. The circuit is very simple to you. Just calculate the effective resistance. These two are false resistors, so I am omitting these two. Now these will give you, these two resistance will give you R by 2 and this R by 2, and you can see R by 2 plus R, that is 3R by 2. CR by 2. Now, so R and it's equal to CR. R parallel CR means R equivalent is equal to 3R into R by 3R plus R, that is equal to 3 by 4 R. So this is my second problem regarding cube. Now let's see the third problem. In the third case, I have to calculate the equivalent resistance between vertices on the edge. That is, suppose between I am taking this point as A and this point is as B. Suppose I have to calculate the equivalent resistance between A and B. You can take this resistance or these 2 points, or you can also take these 2 points. You have several points to take. I am taking these 2 points. Now see one thing. That this resistance and this resistance are symmetrically derived from A. So I am naming this point as C and this point as C. Okay. From B, this point and this point are symmetrically arranged. So I am naming it D and also naming it B. I am naming this point as E and this point as F. Let's start to draw the equivalent circuit. This is my A terminal and this is my B terminal. First, I have a resistance between A and B. Okay. Now you can see there are 2 resistances which are ending at C, and as these 2 points are same, so I can sort them. Okay. Similarly, from B there are 2 resistances which are ending at D. So this point is C. And this point is D. These 2 resistances are starting from B and are ending on D. Now in between C and D, you can see there are 2 resistances. So I can draw like, suppose I have drawn this resistance and this resistance is left. So again I draw this. Okay. I have drawn as a total 7 resistances, and we have to draw more 5 resistances. Now look, from C terminal, from this C terminal and from this C terminal, it's ending at E. So I can draw like, this is ending at E and also this is ending at E. So I am naming this point as E. From D also there are 2 resistances which are ending at F. Okay. Now I have just one left, that is between E and F. Just draw a resistance between E and F. I think now you can solve it very easily. For these 2, I get R by 2, and for this R by 2 and between D and B terminal, it's equal to R by 2. It's R by 2. It's R by 2. So the circuit is simplified as R by 2, R by 2, R by 2, and this R by 2, this R and this R by 2 are in series. So I can say that is R plus R, that is 2R. So this is 2R and this is simply your R. Okay. Now these two are okay, these two are in parallel, so 2r multiplied by r by 2 by 2r plus r by 2 will give us 5r 2r square, that is equal to 2 by 5r. So the equivalent of this is equal to 2 by 5r, and these three are in series, so I can draw like r by 2 plus r by 2 plus 2 by 5r is equal to r plus 2 by 5r is equal to 7r by 5, and it is in parallel with a r. So finally r equivalent is equal to 7 by 5, r is in parallel with r, and that's equal to 7 by 5 r square by 7 by 5 r plus r is equal to, you can see 12 in the denominator and numerator, 12 by 5 in the denominator and 7 by 5 on the numerator, so I will get 7 by 12 r. So equivalent resistance of in between this A and B is equal to 7r by 12. Now you can calculate anything about a cubical resistive network. So thank you for watching.